Are you trying to navigate this crazy thing called life? Well, you're in the right place. Welcome to Unraveling with Rayne.
I think it would be different. But everybody's taught differently. Everybody's views are different. Some people aren't taught at all.
Well, then where does this concept of you do bad, you feel bad? Like what? You know what I mean? So is that all it is? Is
Well,
if you
think
do
about it.
good, that brings feel
well,
good?
Wait a minute. Think about this. When you're a kid, you do something wrong. What do your parents say? It's bad. Don't do that.
Right.
Okay, there you go. From early on,
So you're saying we wouldn't feel guilt over things that were probably, in our standard wrong if we weren't taught that they were wrong?
I don't know if it would mean that we don't feel that they're wrong. I just don't think we'd feel badly about it.
Then where did this concept come from? Because somewhere along our evolution it had to have appeared. Like, hey, you probably shouldn't kill each other. We work together. If we work together, it works better that way.
No, because even back then, even like long ago, we were still killing each other, and that was over territory.
Well, yeah, but things were a little bit more structured.
Right, there were villages.
I know, but we're slowly learning that as we work together, things go over better.
But we didn't really start doing it in the quantity of people.
So do you think the concept of hell would then hyper track that behavior, or was it just
I think it was
solely on the means of control?
I think it was a great manipulative tool.
But we all know when we do good, we feel good.
Yeah.
So I mean,
what better way?
What
way than to emphasize on that and make you feel guilt if you don't?
Yes, baby. Go ahead and get a tissue. You can blow your nose.
And then get back in bed. But seriously, what better way of guilt than already taking something that you have naturally and then exploit that? It's what people do right now. They do it right now in politics. They've been doing it for years. Where do you think the politicians got it from? They're all good old church boys and girls.
Well, right, I understand that. But what do you think really dictates the need to do good over bad? Obviously, in the sense of religion, you do bad, you go to hell. You do good, you go to heaven. So you're rewarded for good behavior. So do you think we just need a reward system to keep us doing the right thing? Or do we really feel like our beings know right from wrong?
I don't know. I think some people might need that reward system. They might need encouragement as to why.
So not everybody inherently has that?
No, because some people then become selfish. Well, what does it get me for me to help?
But why do some have it and some don't then?
Different experiences.
It's all based on experience?
I think that's a large part of it.
I don't know. Seems like people who experience some really shitty things are really good people. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and some really, really shitty people experience amazing things.
And some people who experience really shitty things just are really ugly, bitter people. So I don't know that experience would really dictate that.
Well, no, but it
would have to be up to your interpretation, and the people who are going to be better for it are the people that have that distinction between this is inherently good and this is inherently bad.
It's not just about the experience. It's think about every experience you have. For every experience you have, it's going to reflect on and affect the possibility of thousands of other experiences that you're going to have throughout your time, right? So, if not more. So every experience that you have is going to dictate and shift how you view everything.
Yeah, but you decide.
You do. But remember, our genes have memory. Our DNA has memory. So
you're saying
I'm saying it's a lot of things that have come together at the same time and created potentially fucked up people.
You're talking about an opposing of the good. You're talking about to create a really big somebody who doesn't have a good moral compass.
At the same point, I think it could do it just depends on the person's not only experience, but how they've been taught to observe the experience. Or how they've determined to observe the experience. Some people can evolve that view over time. Some people
So
can
you're taking
choose.
it right back to how people are shown to be. That doesn't answer the question. I'm talking about, do we know instinctually right from wrong? Does every person have that sense of, quote, right and wrong?
Well,
or do some people have it and some people don't have it? And the people who do have it, how did they get it?
It's
as opposed
not religion
to people who
based. It's been taught that it is. But you can grow. There's, entire communities that are not religion based. They're like
I don't think it's religion based either. But what is it? That's the thing.
I think it's just that.
Like, I think it has to do with karma from the universe.
I do think that deep down...
You do good, and you know that
down,
the universe will reward you for continuing to grow the thing, whatever it is we're growing.
I think deep down, we are geared to survive, and in order to do that, that means that we have to work together. So I think that there is a large part of us that is taught to... we're... Like, every animal has an instinct, right? And I think one of ours is to gather. And I think that's why you have countries. I think that's why you have communities within...
So, essentially, to fulfill that need, we have to play nice? That's what it is?
Or be nice.
Or be nice.
Yeah, because...
That's what I said in the beginning. Like, we all learned that, hey, if we do this together...
I don't know if it's learned, though.
It would have to be.
I don't know.
Because we would have to have experienced...
I wasn't there at the beginning to know how...
Do you think that we started off in big packs? And then we lost each other somewhere and then had to come back together?
We couldn't have started off in small packs because breeding,
Right.
Like, you can't breed with no one. You gotta be around people. Right? Think of all species of animals, creatures. All the ones that survive are the ones that they're in large communities and they all fuck all the time. Right? I mean, that's pretty much the gist of it. And they're always, like, think about dolphins. Sometimes they'll part off, but a lot of the time they're in groups.
Right.
And they're horny little fish.
But how does that connect to the universe? See what I'm saying? Because I feel like the afterlife is somehow intertwined with the universe. And so this concept of right and wrong has nothing to do with what happens when we...
I feel like...
return to wherever we came from?
Maybe it's just the difference of being able to come back and being another person, or coming back and being an insect. Being a pest.
So you're saying how we behave in this life will dictate what we come back as?
Possibly. Maybe you get choices and shit. Or maybe you don't.
I don't know.
Maybe it's just...
I think that's a really rational mind viewing reincarnation. Do I get a pick? If I'm real good, do I get the good option?
I
Is
don't
that
know,
the reward?
I don't know if that's how it works.
Because I feel like if you came back as a blade of grass, you would just be a blade of grass.
I don't think it would work that way in that sense. I think that your energy, like we've talked about where your energy goes, right? Your energy just dissipates off into the air, and it doesn't necessarily, it doesn't become nothing. It becomes everything. It dissipates off into everything. It's absorbed into the air.
So we're not...
Air holds electricity.
So we're a gathering of energy? Are you saying that it takes a larger amount of energy to sustain something like a human versus...
I think so.
An insect?
Yes.
That calls into question a lot of other things then.
I'm not. Don't quote me on it, because I'm just... This is high ramblings, and it all just makes sense right now.
If that were something, like if that were a theory, right? That means that as a human being, you are a huge gathering of a bunch of different spirits that are coming together to create one person.
Yeah.
And that would cause a lot of confusion, I would think.
But think about that though. if electricity hits the earth, where does it go? It goes into the earth.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's absorbed by the earth.
Mm-hmm.
It's grounded.
Right.
Okay. Now, what happens when you electrically static or charge the air? Look it up. What happens when you electrically charge air?
Here's what I found on the web for what happens when you electrically charge air.
Charged air. So, ion-coated wire, electric wind, air thread, real tornado, alien spacecraft. Okay, this is weird. Most people imagine ions to be tiny charged particles which float in the air. My view is different. My mental model was altered by a humidifier's steam. Okay, so we'll skip. In other words, air ions can be imagined to be charged air. Even though every single air molecule is not an ion, whenever ions are present, the air behaves as if this were so. If every air molecule was slightly charged, the individual ion tends to drag surrounding air along with them when they move. So whenever, okay, this is slightly different than what I'm talking about.
Okay, so what are you thinking?
I'm just wondering, like, what happens with your energy?
Well, you decompose.
Right, but there's you gotta think of this as multifaceted, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when you decompose, you create energy. You create gas, you create all sorts of things, but there's energy actually happening because of your decomposition.
Right.
When your heart stops beating, you also release energy.
Right.
I think depending on how you're positioned or where you're at, my assumption would actually, even then, whatever you're touching, whatever it may be made of, could be grounding you. If it's grounding you, then your energy goes to the earth. Like, there's various things that can happen, but there's multiple times at which when you are perishing, your body is releasing energy, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's not just when you die, but when and then after you die.
Well, are you
and
talking about the
those are
concept
two
of your
different
energy
types of
escaping the
energy.
body all at once? No, I think it's a slow process.
I'm talking about the energy of, like, when you take your last breath, when your heart stops and the electricity,
You mean the conscious part of you is gone? Like the part that perceives the world?
Yeah, when, I guess what you would say is people would
They're
refer
not
to as
out.
the soul,
Yeah.
like leaving. I would view that as energy. And a lot of people will say, like, it floats off your body and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it makes more sense that it would hold to the earth.
Yeah, I do too.
Grounding is real. And if it's close enough, there's a bit of a magnetic pull.
Yeah. But
which would mean then you'd be part of the earth again.
Right.
Which would breathe life, and you would eventually go through this process of your energy then becoming a multitude of things over a long period of time.
Or the reason we decompose so slowly is because aspects of us return to the earth and the water and the air and all of the different elements, and it takes parts of each to then repopulate the soul into something new.
I have a harder time seeing that. I don't know why.
I
mean, it's kind of like what I'm saying, but there's a slightly different angle on it, it feels like, but I'm not sure.
Well, yeah, because you're saying everything goes into the earth.
Oh. But then that becomes a multitude of things, right? It becomes food, which is fed to animals.
Wow, you know what that really just brings up for me? The idea that we can't really hold anything. We get to experience it all, but we don't ever get to hold it. Like, we try, we keep things.
That's why we have keepsakes. That's why we have...
Like, we try so hard to hold it, but really, we can't.
That's why we have pictures.
We can't hold it, though. Why don't we get that?
I don't know. Now you're asking, like, philosophical shit. And I
Well,
can only wax the philosophical trophy for a little while until it runs out and I don't know what I'm talking about no more.
we try so hard to hold on to things.
No, that's
true. People spend their whole lives, instead of just knowing that they're here to experience.
So many various things that are based off of memory.
But if what you're saying is true, and our energy is just absorbed and dispersed, then we don't even get to take our memories.
No.
So we really get to take nothing.
Yeah,
with us.
I think if anything, they're fleeting moments. It's just this flicker. Small enough that you can just attribute it to a glitch. Which is how they feel, right? They feel like a glimmer and it's gone.
So then this idea of tapping into past memories isn't as crazy as it sounds.
Yeah, but what if the memories have no validity to you at all?
Well, it has to, because it's your memory. It's part of your energy.
True.
Right?
But again, I don't really know what I'm talking about.
Well, neither do I. I'm just thinking
I'm just saying weird things that for some reason make sense right now.
Oh, man.
Hey, sometimes they make sense. Sometimes they sound ridiculous. I like to sit and do that, though. I actually enjoy doing that. Something comforting. But just letting my mind wander with those types of things. Hey, how far can this go and still make sense? Ooh, pretty shiny. Still makes sense, though. Actually, this one makes a lot of sense. Let's back away fast.
I've noticed that with you. I've noticed we get to a spot and you're just like, I'm just gonna recoil from that, cause, yeah.
Because then it's like I hit that point where I go, ugh.
Makes sense.
Makes sense, but there's a ledge and I don't want to get too close to the ledge.
What are you afraid of?
I'm going over the edge.
What's over the edge?
I don't know.
What if it's beautiful?
What if it's not?
Well,
what if it's just good now? I'm good with good now.
Well,
I did bad for a long time. I can do with good now.
There's this weird thing. There's this weird thing about stepping into the unknown.
We don't even talk about that right now.
Why not?
I don't know.
It's weird because it's terrifying and it's the most beautiful space you'll ever be in. Nothing will scare you or bring you more pleasure than this space. And I've been doing some research on other states of consciousness, so this is just one plane.
Cool.
Just one plane. Remember, you're supposed to come along with me.
Okay.
I feel resistance.
Huh?
I feel resistance.
No, I just had a weird thought.
What?
Do you ever wish you could just meet your demons? Even if it's in a dream, just meet your demons. Like their manifestation, what that demon would look like if you could meet it as a entity.
Have you not met your demons?
Well, I've met a few. Some are not they're not scary. That's the thing, not all of them are scary. One of them's not scary at all.
Oh.
Huh. I'm not a scary person.
You are a demon? Is that what you were saying?
Huh? I was. Not as much anymore.
Why do you say you were?
Because I got in my own way. I was my own problem.
Well, that doesn't make you a demon.
I felt like I was. Felt like I was constantly battling myself. Over who had what power.
What demons do you wish to meet?
I don't know. I don't know which ones I've got left. I'm sure I still have some. I'd just like to see which ones are left. I like to be prepared. I don't like shit coming up behind me and spooking me and shit. I like to know what's coming. Don't you? Because I know you've had those moments where you go, I didn't even know that was there.
Oh, no, I'm very familiar with those moments.
I've watched you do it too much. I don't wanna.
Oh, that's an interesting concept.
I don't want to meet shit that I wasn't aware was a problem.
Maybe there's nothing there, and you're just, freaked out about it because you watched me experience it.
Maybe.
Well, that's my anxiety, not yours.
Well, that doesn't really give me anxiety in that sense anymore. Like I said, I don't really feel like I'm my own problem anymore. I haven't really felt like
that's my stress, not yours.
I haven't been feeling like I've been getting in my own way. I feel like I've been doing all right. I haven't had a lot of the, you can't do it, like, talking down to myself. So, that's a bonus.
It is a bonus.
Yeah, be mean. I think we can all be mean to ourselves.
I think you're right. I had no idea life could be so blissful. I had no idea.
That is not the word I thought you were going to use.
No?
No. I was thinking it was going to be less of a positive word. Not that it was like meant that it was going to be a negative thing, just less of a positive word. Something that could technically like be more neutral, like it could go either way.
I'm pretty terrified of the things in life. And they might not seem
What things?
like big things to some people, but for some reason
What
they feel like big things to me.
Like what?
I don't even know yet. I don't know. I know that it's gonna be things that push me out of my comfort zone.
Like writing books?
Yeah, that's probably one of them. But I guess, you know how with every job you have a thing that's just, it might be like the best job anyone could ever have, but there's always that one thing that goes along with the job that you're just like, I really don't like that part of this job.
Sure.
There's always those things.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I feel like those things are gonna be, like, really, like, I really don't like those things. But I can't do the other side without that side.
Right.
There has to be
I know that's what I was trying to tell you last night.
Balance. What do you mean?
Last night with the podcasting stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was trying to tell you last night. Is that you gotta find the balance between the things you don't like and things you don't want to do.
Well, no. I don't even mean, like, the things that I don't want to do.
Well, whatever it may be.
Like,
it's just the things that don't bring you...
Not the annoying things that are just like, this really sucks. I don't want to do this. No, I'm not talking about those things. I'm talking about the things that, like, take your breath away because they're so terrifying.
Well, no, but I'm just saying it's the same idea. That's what I was talking about last night with the whole
right. But I'm not talking about that aspect of it.
I know.
Like,
I know you're talking about something different. I'm just saying it's a similar theme is all I'm acknowledging.
Right. The things that are gonna, like, continue to refine what I need to refine to keep moving. It's so scary. It's so scary, and it's so daunting. It's funny, because for a long time I felt like I just kept trying to stay present, live in the present, like I was really fighting for it. And now that, like, things are, I don't want to say unfolding, but I get a sense of purpose in a way. Like, there's no way I could write it down or verbalize it. Like, it's not that clear. Just like the sense. All I can do is be in the moment and breathe. Like, that's all I can do sometimes, just because of, like, the vastness of the feeling. Like, I'm just like earlier when I was talking about the future being so terrifying, that's what I mean. in this moment in my life, all I can do most of the time is think about my breathing and everything that's going on around me. Because if I think about anything beyond that, it's too much.
I know. There will be a time that it won't be.
Well, I'm sure that's after I've done a lot of refining.
I'm just saying. There will be a time.
Everything that I need to contemplate, everything that will help guide whatever the journey is, will present itself in the moment. Whether it be through random thought while I'm meditating, whether it be through somebody I meet, whether it be through, you know what I mean?
I know.
It's all about not forcing it and just allowing it to be what it is and doing the work when it needs to be done. You don't have to sit and listen to me anymore.
I'm always going to sit and listen to you.
Thank you all so much for listening. If you would like to help support Unraveling with Rayne, go to patreon.com/unravelingwithrayne. When you become a patron, you receive bonus content such as behind-the-scenes footage, along with other special content that you won't be able to find anywhere else. Music for Unraveling with Rayne was provided by Barefoot Randy.